All right, everyone, get ready because we are diving into some seriously huge news that came out this
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Project Stargate.
I know, right?
Imagine a future where just a simple blood test
Yeah.
could catch cancer super early, and it's all thanks to AI.
Right.
It sounds pretty sci-fi, right?
Yeah,
But
totally.
this project that we're talking about today just might make that a reality.
It really might.
And what's crazy about this is the sheer scale of this whole
Oh,
thing.
I know.
I mean, we're talking about Oracle, OpenAI, SoftBank,
The biggest names
giants in the entire tech world.
all teaming up.
And they're planning on investing something like $500 billion over just the next 4 years.
It's unbelievable.
That's not just pocket change.
No.
We've got a bunch of articles here that are breaking down what Stargate is all about.
Yeah.
And it really looks like healthcare is a major focus.
Uh-huh.
So let's break it down for everyone listening. What exactly is Stargate?
So Stargate is all about building the foundation, the essential infrastructure for AI. So, think of massive data centers, just packed full of the most powerful computers,
Wow.
all crunching tons of data, running super complex algorithms.
Yeah.
And of course, this takes a ton of energy to power all that.
Of course. So the data centers are like the brains of this whole operation.
Exactly.
So what kind of data are we even talking about? And how does that even tie back into healthcare?
Yeah, so these data centers, they're going to house just mountains and mountains of information.
Yeah.
Everything you can imagine.
Like what?
Medical records, genetic data, clinical trial results,
Wow.
scientific literature,
It's all in there.
everything.
Okay.
And they're going to feed all of this data into these super powerful AI algorithms
Okay.
so that researchers can uncover patterns that are hidden within all of this data and then be able to develop new tools for diagnosis, treatment, and even drug discovery.
Wow. So it's not just about building the hardware,
Right.
it's about making this whole massive pool of information that AI can actually learn from.
Yeah.
And Oracle is right in the middle of it,
They are?
especially with all their recent moves in healthcare.
Right.
Remember a couple of years ago
Right.
when Oracle acquired Cerner,
Yeah.
and they're a major player in electronic health records?
They're huge.
They manage just a ridiculous amount of patient data,
Yeah.
and then Oracle moved their headquarters
Right.
to Nashville,
Which is
a
crazy.
hub for both healthcare and technology.
Yeah,
It seems like they were getting ready for a big push into AI-powered healthcare.
I think so too.
And Larry Ellison, he's the chairman of Oracle,
Yeah.
specifically mentioned that their goal is to develop AI tools for early cancer detection through blood tests.
Well, that was a big announcement.
So instead of needing invasive biopsies or expensive scans,
Right.
you could just get a simple blood test that could potentially catch cancer in the very early stages.
That's the hope.
That's incredible.
It is.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Early detection is absolutely key when it comes to cancer treatment.
It makes a huge difference.
The earlier you can catch it,
Uh-huh.
the better chance you have of successful treatment and recovery.
Totally.
And AI could be super important
I think so.
in making that a reality for
Yeah.
millions and millions of people.
It could.
And this is where it gets really interesting for all of you listening.
Okay.
Imagine if you had the peace of mind,
Uh-huh.
knowing that you could just take a routine blood test
Yeah.
and it could catch potential cancer risks years before anything even happens.
It would change everything.
It could completely change how we approach healthcare, moving from reactive treatment
Right.
to proactive prevention.
Which would be amazing.
And it's not even just cancer, right?
Yeah. Good.
AI has the potential to totally revolutionize so many aspects of healthcare, from personalized medicine
Which is,
to drug discovery
yeah.
to just streamlining administrative tasks.
It could do it all.
So it seems like Stargate is way more than just a tech project. It's potentially a total game changer for the entire healthcare industry and for you personally.
Yeah.
But what's causing this sudden urgency to invest so heavily in AI right now?
Well, I think
It seems like everyone is suddenly jumping on the AI bandwagon.
it does. It really does. And I think that's because there's a global race going on
Oh, wow.
for AI dominance.
Really?
Yeah, countries like China are pouring money into AI research and development.
Wow.
And even President Trump has been talking a lot about how the U.S. needs to stay ahead of other countries in this race.
Interesting.
He sees AI as the key to economic growth, national security, and even solving global problems.
So it's not just about the technology by itself, it's about global competition and who's in control of this powerful new tool.
Exactly.
And Stargate is a major move.
It is.
by the United States
Yeah.
to try to stay on top in the AI field.
Definitely.
And this push for innovation could lead to all kinds of breakthroughs in healthcare
Totally.
and potentially benefit you directly.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Faster drug development,
Okay.
more accurate diagnoses,
Right.
personalized treatments that are made specifically for your needs.
It's pretty amazing.
That's incredible.
It is, yeah. It's like we're watching this modern-day space race, but instead of rockets and satellites,
Yeah.
it's all about algorithms and data.
It's crazy to think about all the things that the original space race gave us.
I know, right?
GPS,
Yeah.
satellite TV,
Totally.
even materials that we use in everyday products.
It's incredible.
So this AI race could totally have a similar impact on basically every single part of our lives.
Absolutely, but instead of like tangible objects, we're
Yeah.
talking about advancements in like how we even understand and interact with the world around us. Like healthcare.
Okay, yeah.
We already talked about the early cancer detection stuff,
Uh,
but AI could also like completely change how we develop new drugs.
so instead of taking years and billions of dollars to develop new drugs, AI could just speed up the entire process.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, how would that even work?
So imagine AI algorithms going through all the research data in the world,
Okay.
picking out the most promising drug candidates, and even being able to simulate clinical trials.
Oh, wow.
So it could cut down the time and the cost
Yeah.
of making these life-saving treatments.
Okay.
So potentially more people will be able to access them all over the world.
That's a total game changer,
It is.
especially for people who are battling rare diseases.
Yeah,
Or conditions where there aren't many options for treatment.
exactly.
But what about personalized medicine?
Hmm.
I feel like we hear that phrase all the time.
Yeah.
But how does AI actually personalize our healthcare?
Okay, so think about it this way.
Okay.
Everyone's different.
Uh-huh.
You know, we all have different genes, different lifestyles, and environmental factors that can all affect our health.
Right.
And AI can analyze all of this information.
To create this detailed picture of your own personal health risks.
Okay.
So doctors will be able to recommend treatments and ways to prevent things from happening
Okay.
that are specific to you.
So it's like having a healthcare plan.
Yeah,
That's just for you
Yeah.
instead of some general guidelines that everyone gets.
exactly.
That's awesome.
It is.
Okay, let's talk about the practical side of this whole Stargate thing.
Okay.
We know that they're building all these massive data centers,
Right.
but what are they actually going to do?
So those data centers are like the brains of AI.
Okay.
They're going to house all that computing power and storage that we need to train and run these complex algorithms.
So it's like creating this virtual laboratory
Yeah, exactly.
for AI to do all sorts of experiments and learn and evolve.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so it sounds like the algorithms are the most important part of all this.
Uh-huh.
But how do they even work?
Yeah.
This all just sounds like science fiction.
Well, it's actually simpler than you might think. AI algorithms are basically just sets of instructions that tell computers how to learn from data,
Okay.
so they can recognize patterns, make predictions, and even solve problems.
Just like the human brain.
Exactly.
So they're kind of like these super-powered brains
Yeah.
that process information and make decisions way faster than humans can.
Exactly. And when you feed them huge amounts of data,
Yeah.
like those medical records and research papers we talked about,
Yeah.
they get really good at doing certain tasks,
Okay.
like diagnosing diseases
Wow.
or finding potential targets for new drugs.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it makes me think, who's in control of these algorithms
Mm-hmm.
and who even has access to all of this data?
Right?
Are we basically creating this system where just a few tech companies control all of our health information?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And it's something that people are thinking about a lot right now.
Yeah.
Policymakers, ethicists, we need to figure out how to protect people's privacy and keep their data safe, especially when it comes to healthcare.
So this isn't just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about who makes the rules about how it's used
Mm-hmm.
and making sure that everyone benefits from these new advancements.
Exactly.
Not just a select few.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for everyone to talk about this and be informed.
I agree.
We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI
Uh-huh.
so we can make sure that it's developed in a way that works for everyone.
Okay, let's talk about the specific companies that are part of Stargate.
Okay.
So we know Oracle is really focused on healthcare.
Yeah.
But what about everyone else?
Mm.
What are they good at?
Yeah.
And how could they help with this whole AI revolution?
So OpenAI is known for their work in natural language processing.
What's that?
That's the technology behind, like chatbots and virtual assistants.
Okay. So how would that be used in healthcare?
Well, imagine having an AI-powered virtual assistant
Hmm.
that could actually understand your medical questions,
Okay.
give you personalized health information,
Wow.
or even help you book appointments.
So it would be like having a 247 personal health advisor.
Exactly.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, so what else can OpenAI do?
Well, they're also a leader in generative AI.
What's that?
So that's the tech behind things like making images and creating text.
So we might see AI creating like personalized health reports or
Yeah,
writing medical stuff.
it's possible.
Wow, and it's not about replacing human doctors and researchers.
Right.
It's about giving them better tools
Yeah.
to take care of patients and make scientific discoveries faster.
Exactly.
That's exciting stuff.
It is.
Okay, what about NVIDIA?
Uh-huh.
They're like the top dogs when it comes to these graphics processing units or
Yeah.
GPUs.
Right.
And those are really important for AI training.
Totally.
So what role will they play in Stargate?
NVIDIA's GPUs are basically the workhorses of AI. They have the huge computing power you need to train these complex models.
So they're like the engine that drives the AI machine.
You got it.
Okay.
And they could be a big part of making new AI healthcare apps much faster
Okay.
and getting them out to everyone.
Makes sense. So it sounds like all of these different partners are bringing something unique to the table.
Yeah.
And when you put all their strengths together,
Uh-huh.
it has the potential to be totally groundbreaking.
I agree.
But this isn't all perfect, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about all the potential benefits.
Yeah.
But what about the downsides of AI advancing so quickly?
Well, yeah, I think it's really important to remember that any powerful technology
Yeah.
could be used for good or bad,
Okay.
and AI is no different.
So what are some of the things that could go wrong?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is that some jobs might disappear
Okay.
because AI is getting so smart.
Mm-hmm.
It could end up doing tasks that humans do right now,
That makes sense. So what happens to all those workers? Yeah.
who might not have jobs anymore because of AI.
Well, that's why it's so important to think about retraining and teaching people new skills.
Okay.
We have to invest in programs that help people learn the things they'll need to be successful
Yeah.
as AI becomes more common.
So it's not just about making the technology.
Right.
It's also about preparing everyone for all the changes that AI will bring.
Exactly. And it's not just about jobs either.
Okay.
Some people are worried that AI could be used for really bad things,
Like what?
like making deepfakes
Okay.
or developing weapons that can operate on their own.
That's kind of scary.
It is.
How do we make sure that AI is used for good things and not bad?
That's a really hard question.
Yeah.
And there's no easy answer.
Okay.
But I think it starts with having honest discussions about all the potential risks and benefits of AI.
Yeah. So it's not just up to the people making the technology
Right.
and the people making the laws.
Yeah.
It's about everyone.
Getting involved in this conversation and shaping the future of AI together.
Exactly.
Okay. I want to shift gears here and focus on you, the listener.
Okay.
So we've talked about the big picture.
Yeah.
The potential benefits, the potential risks,
Uh-huh.
the roles of all the different Stargate partners.
Right.
What does this all actually mean for you?
Yeah, that's a really great question.
Yeah.
And it's something we'll all have to figure out
Uh-huh.
as AI starts becoming more and more a part of our lives.
It feels like we're standing at the very beginning of a new era, and we don't even know what it's going to look like.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of scary.
It is a little...
That's also exciting.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, anything is possible.
So how can we get ready for this AI-powered future?
I think it starts with learning.
Okay.
The more we understand about AI,
Yeah.
the better we'll be able to handle all the changes that are coming.
So we should be reading articles like the ones we're talking about today
Yeah.
and staying up to date on all the new AI developments and having conversations like this.
Definitely.
Those are all good steps.
They are.
Yeah.
And I think it's also about being open to new things,
Uh-huh.
embracing the potential of AI to make our lives better,
Okay.
but at the same time, being aware of the possible risks.
It's about finding a balance.
It is.
But I think we can do this.
I think so, too.
I mean, humans are incredibly adaptable.
Yeah.
We've dealt with big technological changes before,
Totally.
and we'll get through this one too.
We will.
Who knows? Maybe AI will even help us solve some of the biggest problems in the world,
I hope so.
like climate change,
Oh, yeah.
poverty, disease.
Right.
Maybe it'll even help us understand ourselves better.
That would be amazing.
That's a really interesting thought.
It is.
Okay, we've talked about a lot of things in this part of the deep dive.
Yeah.
The benefits and risks of AI, what each of the Stargate partners is doing,
Right.
and what it all means for you.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot more to explore.
There is.
And we'll get into some even deeper questions in the next part of the deep dive.
Sounds good.
So we've talked about how AI could totally change healthcare, drug development, even the job market. But let's go back to something you mentioned before.
Okay.
Personalized medicine.
Yeah.
What would that even look like in an AI-powered world?
Okay, so imagine you go to the doctor for your yearly checkup.
Okay.
But instead of the same old stuff,
Yeah.
your doctor shows you this report
Okay.
that was created by AI.
Wow.
It looks at all kinds of things about you.
Like what?
Your genes, your lifestyle, the environment you live in,
Wow.
all the things that make you you.
Okay. So it's like having a digital twin of yourself
Yeah, kind of.
that AI can analyze
Right.
to tell you if there are any health risks, before they even happen.
Exactly. That's the idea.
Wow.
And that's just the beginning.
Really?
AI could make personalized fitness and nutrition plans just for you.
Okay.
Recommend specific supplements.
Uh-huh.
Even warn you about drugs that might not mix well based on your genes.
So it's like healthcare that's really made for you?
Yeah.
Not just general advice that everyone gets?
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It really is.
It's like we're about to have this huge healthcare revolution going from just treating problems when they happen to actually preventing them.
I know. It's pretty exciting.
But, you mentioned earlier that AI could also be used for bad things.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in all the good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But we have to talk about the downsides, too.
We're absolutely right.
So, what are some of the things that could go wrong?
Well, any technology that's this powerful can be misused.
Okay.
Think about cybersecurity.
Okay.
As we use AI more and more, those systems become targets for hackers.
Oh, okay.
Imagine a hospital's AI systems getting locked up by ransomware.
Wow.
Or someone messing with financial algorithms to make themselves rich.
Yeah, that's scary. It feels like the stakes are really high.
Yeah.
If we're going to start using AI for such important things.
Definitely.
So what can we do to make sure those bad things don't happen?
Well, one thing we have to do is put a lot of effort into cybersecurity research.
Okay.
Especially for AI systems.
So, how do we protect them?
We need to have really strong security protocols.
Okay.
Design AI systems that can spot and fight off attacks. And make absolutely sure that all that sensitive data is protected.
So it's not enough to just make AI powerful.
Right.
We have to make it secure, too.
Exactly.
Okay, so what else?
We also need to think about ethics.
Okay.
As AI gets smarter and can make more decisions on its own.
Yeah.
We need rules about how those decisions should be made.
Okay.
Especially in important areas like healthcare or the justice system.
So we need to make sure AI is making fair decisions.
Yeah.
And not just doing things the way they've always been done, which might not be fair.
Exactly.
And that might even make things worse. How do we even do that?
Well, we have to talk about it.
Okay.
And not just the people who make the tech and the people who make the laws.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be part of this conversation.
I agree. So it's almost like we need to come up with a new set of rules for how we interact with AI.
I like that. A new social contract for the age of AI.
Defining what our relationship with this technology should be and making sure it's used for good.
I think that's a great way to put it.
And we need to have this conversation now.
Yeah.
While AI is still kind of in its early stages.
Definitely before things go too far.
All right, so let's bring it back to you, the listener.
Okay.
We've covered a lot today.
Yeah.
How AI could revolutionize healthcare. The risks we need to be careful of and everything in between.
Yeah.
But in the end, the future of AI is really up to us.
I agree.
It's our choice how we use this powerful technology.
Yeah.
How we shape its development and how we make sure it helps everyone.
That's what's important.
And that starts with staying informed, having thoughtful conversations,
Yeah.
asking the right questions.
I agree.
Because the decisions we make right now
Yeah.
will decide what the world looks like in the future.
Right.
A world where AI is either a force for good or something that causes harm.
It could go either way.
So we really encourage you to keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.
Definitely.
The future of AI is way too important to just leave it up to chance.
I totally agree.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive into Project Stargate.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here.
Of course.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more deep dives.
And don't forget to leave a comment.
We want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, tell us what you think about the future of AI.
Until next time.
See ya.